So welcome everybody. We'll go ahead and, for the sake of our two presentations today, we'll go ahead and get started. So welcome to the Kern County Breastfeeding Coalition. And so we're going to go over the meeting agenda real quick, and then we'll get to introductions, and then we'll start with the presentation. So the first item on our agenda is going over the Kern County Breastfeeding Coalition Breastfeeding Resource Guide. And the second is we're going to have special speakers from Unite Us and Adolescent Family Life Program. And then we'll end the meeting with roundtable updates and events. If you guys could please share those flyers and brochures to this email. And our next meeting will be March 8th. And then at the same time, 1 p.m. to 2:30. And for those that are new to our meeting, please, if you're not already on our mailing list, go ahead and put your email in the chat, and then I'll add you guys to our reoccurring mailing list. So let's go ahead and start with introductions. I'll go ahead and start. My name is Jasmine Mendez. I am the WIC Regional Breastfeeding Liaison. I represent both CAP-K and Clinica Sierra Vista WIC agencies in the Kern County area. And for the sake of Valentine's Day, I wanted to make it a little icebreaker. So if I were a candy or a sweet treat, I would be a dark chocolate covered with almonds. And I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to Leslie. Or actually, no, sorry, Leslie. I'm going to switch it over to Janet, just because Janet and I are the co-chairs, and I just want to, and then we'll popcorn after that, if that's all right with everybody.
Hi, I'm Janet Barrett. I am lactation at Kern Medical. And if I was going to be a candy, it would have to be Ferrero Rocher. That's my favorite. And I will send it over to Jolene Ozer.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jolene Ozer. I'm a case manager with Clinica Sierra Vista's Adolescent Family Life Program. If I were a candy, I would definitely be some kind of gummy, like a Swedish fish or a teddy bear gummy. And I will popcorn to Stephanie Martinez.
Hi, everyone. Stephanie Martinez, Senior Community Engagement Manager with Unite Us, one of your presenters. If I was a candy, I would be a Sour Patch Kid. I'm a little bit of an introvert, so, the tagline is first they're sour, then they're sweet. I'm not sour. I think I just take a little time to warm up, and then everyone says, "Oh, you're so nice." I was trying to write down who presented already. So I'm sorry, I can't multitask. But how about maybe Brenda? Have you gone?
Hi, my name is Brenda. I'm an office services technician with Nurse Family Partnership here in Kern County. If I were a candy, I would be a Snickers. I really like chocolate.
And if I can intervene, we'll go ahead and go with Leslie Bloomquist.
Hi, my name is Leslie Bloomquist. I'm a women's healthcare nurse practitioner and a IBCLC with Baby Cafe Bakersfield. And if I were candy or sweet treat, I would have to say I'm not sure whether I'd be a turtle with dark chocolate, caramel, and pecans, or if I would be a dark chocolate covered cherry. I don't know. Those are two that I find very hard to resist. So, and I will tag Priya.
Oh, hi. My name is Priya Kular. I'm a registered dietitian and lactation consultant, and I work with CAP-K WIC as a breastfeeding education coordinator. And if I were to choose, I would choose dark chocolate because you can eat more, less calories, and it's good for you. And Jasmine, I'm not sure who all are covered. So maybe Jolene, has she introduced herself? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so who's not,
How about, if I can help you there, Priya, how
Okay.
about Deanna?
Deanna, please, if you
Yes,
could.
Deanna.
Yeah, sorry, thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Deanna Lara. I am a case manager with Clinica Services Adolescents and Family Life Program. If I was a candy or a sweet treat, what would I be? I would be a Take 5 candy bar, just because it's really complicated. You have peanut butter, you have pretzels and peanuts and chocolate. It's just a lot, and I'm a lot. So that's who I would be.
I love that. And we'll go ahead and go with Nora. Oh, Nora, you're muted.
Hi there. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I would probably just be a Reese's just because I like Reese's the most. No special reason.
Thank you, Nora. And I see here, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Is it Tiana?
Yeah, it was close.
Okay, sorry.
My name is Tiana. I'm a program specialist with Kern County Child Support for the community development. And I would have to agree with Stephanie. I'm definitely a Sour Patch Kid. I think it's because I am a little awkward and introverted. It does take a little while to get warmed up to me, but yeah, that would be the candy.
Perfect, thank you so much. And I see here Catalina, sorry.
Hello, everybody. My name is Catalina Lemus. I'm from the Migrant Seasonal Farm Working Program. I'm an outreach worker for the Employment Development Department. And if I were a candy, it would be the Reese's Pieces.
Thank you so much. All right, moving on to, I see here De La Cruz. Have you already gone?
No, I haven't. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
No.
Yes, we can hear you. De La Cruz, did we lose you there? How about we do a wrap around, and we'll go ahead and go with, is it Sony?
Yes. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Madhu Soni. I'm lactation at Memorial. I work as a lactation consultant. And if I were a candy, I will be the dark chocolate.
Perfect, thank you so much. And I just noticed we admitted a few people. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves. Is it Devaney?
Oh, yes, sorry, I got kicked out and just rejoined.
No worries.
I'm Devaney Miller, and I am a health educator with the CAPK CalFresh Healthy Living Program. And if I was a sweet candy or sweet treat, I'd be something, I don't know, I want to say kind of understated, but still sweet. So maybe like an almond croissant.
Nice, thank you so much, Devaney. And has everybody gone and introduced themselves? I don't want to leave anybody out.
I can go. Hi, my name is Banya. I'm one of the health education specialists here with Kern Family Healthcare within the health department. And I would say a sweet treat or candy would be a Kit Kat. So I like that it's not too, I mean, it's chocolatey, but not too chocolatey. You have that wafer and you can do layers one at a time, you know. So yeah, I think that, again, no specific reason, but it's one of my favorites. So.
Nice, thank you so much, Banya. And Banya, correct me if I'm wrong, are you now taking over Bernardo's
Yes,
position?
correct. Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
All right, so did everybody go? Yes, thumbs up, cool. If you didn't, we can always, you can always, oh, we have one more here. Hello, Miss Monica. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself. Maybe muted, Miss Monica Romero. Oh, she's connected. Monica, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Thank
Oh.
you.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to everybody.
Hi, my name is Monica Romero, and I am the AFLP program supervisor for, AFLP, Adolescent Family Life Program. I'm sorry, I was trying to connect. Something was going on with our app.
No, no worries. If you could also tell us if you were a candy or a sweet treat, what would you be? And that's okay. I know you mentioned you were fixing the technical difficulties with an app. We'll go ahead and Janelle, I know you just got added on. Is it Janelle? I may be totally messing that up.
It is Janelle, but I don't see her in the list of participants anymore.
Oh, okay, maybe she got kicked out accidentally.
Yeah,
But
she's with Kaiser, but she's not on our list anymore of people present.
gotcha. Thank you. And De La Cruz, are you there with us? And I see that you unmuted yourself, but we still can't hear you, De La Cruz. De La Cruces, sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I've never used the microphone, so.
No worries.
I'm Sabrina Dela Cruz. I'm with Nurse Family Partnership. I'm an office services technician. And I think my favorite, well, if I could be a candy or a sweet treat, I think I would have to say strawberry cheesecake, just because that's my favorite sweet treat.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
Vanessa, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and answering the rest of the questions. Vanessa Rocha. And I see that you're unmuted, but we can't hear you.
I think she's putting it in the chat.
Oh, okay, no worries. So, and we just got somebody else, Y Fernandez. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They're both from my team. I'm not sure if either one of them has an actual microphone connected right now. So I know they're trying to, but I don't know if they'll be able to.
Oh,
get it
that's
connected.
totally fine. If they aren't, they can just put their information there in the chat, and then if everybody could please, if you're not on our mailing list, put your email in the chat, and I'll get it. I'll take note of it, and that way you guys can now be added to our email list. So again, welcome to our Kern County Breastfeeding Coalition meeting, and this is such a great turnout. I think this is one of our largest turnouts for the year, so that's awesome. Moving on, the Kern County Breastfeeding Coalition Breastfeeding Resource Guide. So last January, we went over it as a group, and we decided to make it more user-friendly, make it Spanish and English, and a one-page front and back. And also we added a QR code for private lactation consultants registered on the United States Lactation Consultants Association, or USLCA. I'll go ahead and show you what our Kern County Breastfeeding Coalition document looks like. And okay. And my computer would be acting up right now. Okay, can you guys all see my screen? Yes, can we see the Kern County Breastfeeding Coalition resource?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So if we approve it and there's no changes needed, I can distribute this in a follow-up meeting after our coalition meeting. And what's really neat is that it's interactive, so you can actually click on the link and it will send you to our breastfeeding, our website, and then also you can scan. Once it's printed, you can scan it as well with your phone camera. The language we can always change if it doesn't sound, it doesn't convey like clarity. So we wanted to make it more user-friendly. We use these icons to make it to identify what services are individual lactation support, if they offer virtual lactation support, if it's members only, and if there's a fee-based, if there's either insurance or out-of-pocket expenses. And then if there's any in-person support groups. So going down here, I know Baby Cafe, we had discussed, mentioning that they do have text and call at any time, although it's not like a hotline, so you can't call and there'll always be somebody available to take the calls, but they will respond back to messages and text messages and voicemails. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, Leslie.
No, that's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
someone doesn't necessarily answer the phone. As a matter of fact, I can almost guarantee you that no one will answer it, but we try to get back within 2 hours of the message or text.
Fantastic, thank you. And you do offer support groups, virtual on Wednesdays, and then in individual lactation support. So these icons all, would you say, Leslie, since you're representing Baby Cafe, we can move forward with this?
Yeah, that looks great.
Perfect. And we'll go ahead and move. I know, Priya, since you're here representing CAP-K WIC, would you see, like I mentioned, this is individual lactation consults, and then also virtual and members only. So you would have to be a WIC participant in order to receive the services. And then these are all the locations. Our office hours vary by location and our number. Would you say this is good to go?
Sorry, I was muted. It is good to go.
Oh, good. Thank you. And do we have anybody from Clinica Sierra Vista WIC on here? Just want to make sure. If not, I can touch base with them at a separate time. The Nest & Co, I didn't see Jenica, but maybe somebody from her staff joined on. If not, I can also connect with them at a later time. And Adventist and Ridgecrest, I included them because they offer outpatient lactation support. So after the birthing parent is discharged, they also support them either via, in-person lactation consultations or by the phone or text. And this is Adventist in Delano and Ridgecrest Regional Hospital. And I can touch base with them and see if this is okay to promote. And lastly, it's the Motherhood Collaborative. They're a newer member. They actually just started to offer free lactation support, a support group every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 in Tehachapi. And it's very similar support. If you're familiar with the Nest & Co, then the Motherhood Collaborative is very similar. And if we'd ever like to learn more about their services, we can have them be a presenter if there's an interest in that. But the two last ones is private lactation consultants, which I mentioned is the QR code for the IBCLCs on the United States Lactation Consultants Association. And then this one, I am thinking of maybe just sending it out for CAPK because they do serve some, they do have some offices in the San Bernardino area. So that's why I included Inland Empire Breastfeeding Resources, which is the San Bernardino County and Inland Empire. But Priya, I think I'll just have that for the CAPK agency, WIC agency. And then we can have this, open for other services if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Just so it's not confusing and people call
Yeah.
their website. So then moving
Jasmine?
on. Oh, yes.
Sorry, could I ask quickly, who is the Motherhood Collaborative? I think it'd be great to have them come on or join the coalition. But who is running it?
So it is, she's an IBCLC and a lactation nurse. I can actually pull up their website just real quickly just to show you where we can find that. And I would really encourage you guys to just take a look at our website and see if you would like to be on it. If your organization's not already on it or we're missing information, let me know and I can make those updates. So here we have the ones we just mentioned. And then East Kern Breastfeeding. So it's Megan Attal. And it tells you a little bit about her. It's a nonprofit organization. They do offer one-on-one lactation consultations, prenatal education programs, baby movement and massage, infant and maternity store, and then the free breastfeeding support group that I mentioned earlier. And that's in Tehachapi. And there is now a La Leche leaders active in Tehachapi. I'm still trying to see what days and what if it's a monthly basis that they're meeting. Once I get the information, if we can get them to present as well, maybe with Megan, then I'll let you guys know. But thank you for bringing that up, Leslie. Any other questions? All right, so I'll go ahead and turn it over to, I'll stop sharing and turn it over to Stephanie. Let me see.
Yeah, let me know when I can share my screen.
Okay, it's all yours.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share. Can you all see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so as I mentioned, my name is Stephanie Martinez and I am from Unite Us. I do see a few people or at least organizations that are familiar. I may have talked to you or, worked with your organization in some capacity in the past. So real quick, I guess it would be better to ask, let me try to get this in a grid view so I can see everyone's faces. Is there anybody who has never heard of Unite Us that's on the call today?
I have never heard of Unite Us.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, this is Leslie Blomquist.
Thank you. And then another, okay. Or is that Catalina, I don't know if that's a question or if you're just letting me know.
Oh, no. I'm also, I
Okay,
don't know.
perfect. Okay, so a few of you have not, which is totally fine. And then I'm assuming then maybe some of you have. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that in mind. I will do a quick presentation just to give some background. So for those of you who have heard this already, hopefully you learned something new. And we're just going to have a conversation about what we do and how I think we can be helpful to the Breastfeeding Coalition. So I'm going to get right into it. So Unite Us, our whole mission is having a new model of care that is driven by community members and what is happening in each individual county. We know that Kern County looks very different from Ventura County, looks very different from Orange County, right? And so we're very interested in working together with the people that are know the counties best. So you know our mission, but what do? We are an electronic health referral platform that allows you to connect your clients to services that you do not provide, right? So you all with the lactating mothers. And so that might be your primary way that you work with them, but you may in conversation find out that somebody is in need of housing or in need of food or clothing for their little one, right? And so that's where Unitas comes in. So on this graphic, you can see somebody may start with a health need, but they need that housing or that transportation. And so the point of contact at the health agency would make a referral and say, I can help you with the health concern, or in your case, I can help you with the breastfeeding concern. I cannot help you with food, with clothing, but I'm going to make a referral for you. And I'm going to have access to track that, that outcome to make sure that you get the help that you need with this other service. That's pretty much how Unitas works. So we like to share some background and let you know that we are active in most of the country. Here are some of our partners, and specifically in California, we'll dig in a little deeper. So here are all the counties that we are active in California, and you can see some of our funders as well. So in Kern County, we're very proud to share that Kern County was the first county we started operating in 2019, and First Five has continued to be one of our funders, as well as Kaiser. They do fund the initiative they do fund Unitas throughout California with their Thrive initiative. And then of course, Dignity or Common Spirit, and then Blue Shield of California. Those are our funders in Kern County. So, why am I talking about funders? It's because there are 4 different types of people when it comes to Unitas or using Unitas. So there's network partners. In Kern County, we have over 100 and I think we're at like 120 partners. So that includes schools, nonprofits, coalitions like yours, county agencies, and so on. We have our funders. So they are the ones that pay for the product. We have our convening partners. Those are our boots on the ground. Our convener in Kern County is the Kern Community Foundation. We work very closely with them. And then, of course, we have Unitas. So that's me. I am your technology partner. I will help you all with using the platform. It's very important that you know that our network partners, so that would be where you all would fall in, this product is absolutely free for you guys to utilize. So a little bit more background. So if you are going to be connecting the clients that you work with to care, you have to make sure that they understand what they are signing up for, right? So we do have consent available in 50 different languages. I can, after this meeting, I can send an English and Spanish consent form. That's typically the most highly requested consent, but there's 50 different languages. And then we do keep client data private. So you don't have to worry about violating any, HIPAA, FERPA, any of that. We are HIPAA and high trust certified. And I'm going to go into a quick slide here that kind of talks about sensitive service types. So it all depends, but basically we want you to know that when you send a referral to another organization, not everybody at that receiving organization can see what's happening with your client. It would all be based on their viewing permission. So most likely just the person accepting the referral gets to know about what's happening with your client. You can also choose to keep your notes completely private if you want. So a couple of different ways that we will just make sure that everything remains private. The work that you all are doing, I think is it is like health, but you're not keeping any like mental health data, you know, in there. But we always like to let you know that we do have ways that we keep that type of these areas very private. This is just another visual, just letting you know how we keep, you know, how we maintain privacy. So if one provider sends a referral, so for example, if you do have somebody who, when you're talking to them, needs to be referred to mental health, right? And they need to get referred to get the utilities. The utilities partner would not see that you referred somebody to mental health or substance abuse. That part is kept private. So just another visual, we can talk more in detail about that. But I mean, primarily you all, you can tell me like the biggest areas that you feel your clients need referrals to, and we can talk about what that would look like. This is just a very, very quick slide to show you what the platform actually looks like. So when you want to send a referral, you would input your client's data. You can put like talk to client for 10 minutes, right? These are the topics that we went over. So it's a way for the Breastfeeding Coalition to start tracking and getting that data so that when you all are looking for grants and looking for that funder, you have all your data in one area to show, you know, how many you're serving in. And I know that all of you are from different organizations, but you would be under just the Breastfeeding Coalition. And then you guys can choose to use it just that way, like you just want to have your notes in one central area, if that's how you choose. And then you have the option to refer your clients to get help, like I've been talking about this whole time, to get help from any other service that they may need. We know that people don't exist in a vacuum. So a breastfeeding parent, you know, maybe the stress of not having that housing or not having that job is impacting them as they are trying to navigate breastfeeding. So it might behoove you and them to get connected to resources. So you would just go ahead and click here. I do see a question or a comment in the chat. Was that a question for me? Is there anything I can answer at this point? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move forward.
I did want to say real quick, sorry, Stephanie.
Yes.
If you do want to show us a demo, I can definitely stop the recording and then restart it.
Perfect. Okay. So this is just my information here, but I think I will move into the demo. I did drop my information in the chat as well, but at this time, yes, let me go ahead and move into the demo portion, and I think it's hidden behind. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second, and then yes. Sometimes when the Zoom banners are up top, it kind of hides certain slides. So certain tabs, I mean. All right, I'm getting ready to log in. Okay, and we're going to jump into the demo now. Okay, let me share again. Did you stop the recording?
I'm sorry. You actually have access to do that.
Oh, I do. You're right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I think I pause it is what I would do.
And if you wouldn't mind to make me a host again. Thank you.
You got it. Let's
and
see.
If there isn't any more questions, we'll go ahead and move on. Adolescent Family Life Program is next, and Jolene. Yes. Sorry,
really quick, I'm not seeing how I can make you. I'm so sorry. I should know this right now.
No worries. So you would go to my name and then click on the 3 dots. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. So let me go ahead and share my screen. And Jolene, is it Ozer? Perfect.
That's
Okay.
correct.
And Jolene is a case manager for the Adolescent Family Life program. She has her BS in public health. So take it away, Jolene. I'll go ahead and you let me know when to click next and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really looking forward for all of you to learn a little bit more about the Adolescent Family Life Program. which is a statewide program. So I'm really excited for everyone to know that. This presentation information is from the California Department of Public Health, Adolescent Family and Life Program. So please do not duplicate any of the information. I did provide Jasmine with our referral, and there is a link for our state website if you're interested in looking at data about our program. The pictures you see on there are from past case managers that are throughout here in California. So it's really great to see success stories, and you can read about that on our state program. So let's go ahead and get going. So who we are, so the Adolescent Family Life Program is a strength-based case management program. I am a case manager trained in this program. We use a positive youth development approach, which I will talk briefly on in a moment. Like I mentioned before, it is through the California Department of Public Health, Maternal, Child, and Adolescent Health. We are under specific titled funding, which I'll talk about in a moment. And we do serve 14 counties here in California, Kern County being one. And one of the benefits of that is if we do have a young adult that moves from county to county and they are looking for services, we are able to transfer their case and do a friendly send-off. And it's really helpful because they kind of know how the program runs, and it would just be a friendly send-off. So the services are provided by different organizations in each county, depending on who has that contract. So it can be the county's health department, it could be through a hospital, it could be through a community-based organization like it is here in Kern County. But every county, it's through a different provider. So like in LA, we have like the Children's Hospital. There's also some nonprofit organizations that run it. Riverside is through the Riverside County Health Department. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. So it's really important to understand who we serve. We have increased our age to 22. So we serve expecting and parenting young adults under the age of 22. So before they turn 23, if you refer them prior to that, we would still be able to accept the referral. I put a couple of things that are really important to note because I do know that some programs have requirements about education, or if it's their first-time parent, and etc. So we do not have an education requirement, meaning that if the young adult is not attending school, they can still be referred. Same thing with pregnancy. We do not have a pregnancy requirement, meaning it could be already into multiple pregnancies, and we cater to their current children and their future child. We are under the California Healthy Youth Act. And that's what it says here, that's protected. What that means is that we're under family planning, meaning that we do not need parental consent for the young adult to sign up for services. We need their consent. So generally, when schools refer us, or if it's the hospital, we speak to the young adult specifically if they're a minor and they decide whether they would like to join our program and sign a consent form. And really great is we do have the material we use is available in English and in Spanish. That includes our activities and the resources that we provide. There on the corner are other two successful clients that we had in our program, because we do cater to fathers as well. It's really great to see those success stories. So if you want to read more about those, you can go to our California Department of Public Health AFLP website. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide. Great. So what is the goal of our program? So our program is really targeted to help increase students going to school if they're not in school, or continue their educational goal. We do talk about different program priorities, which I'll go into in a moment. And one of those is thinking about family planning. So we want to improve that family planning, whatever goals the youth has for themselves. We want to just support and improve that and educate them. We, of course, want to increase the knowledge and awareness to access and how to utilize services available to them. A lot of these young adults do not have a supportive adult person in their life, and we are those that will help them know about local resources or online resources that they can use. So we want to increase that accessibility. And of course, through our activities, we're also going to increase just that social and emotional support to build resiliency, not just for them, but also for the child, and they can teach their child also how to build that resiliency. Along with that, it's really important for the state to have that positive youth development goal. And what that means is instead of looking at the youth as a high-risk youth, a problematic youth, we're looking at their strengths and focusing more on what happened to you, as well as like, how are we going to plan for the future? Not just you're the problem, this is what's going to happen. It's more of what can we do for you and how can we support you together. So we can go ahead and change the slide. So specifically, what services do we provide? All of our case managers are trained by the state. They're associated with ETR on our curriculum, as well as having continuous training on different aspects and materials that we discuss with the youth. So you get one-on-one case management. Our program is designed to meet with the youth twice a month for a duration of about a year. And that's mostly because of the activities that we have. A lot of the times the youth has more needs and they are in the program for a longer time. So just because it says a year doesn't mean that we're going to drop them from a year. And I can tell you from the almost 5 years of me doing this, I keep, the youth just have a lot of needs. So I have them for more than a year a lot of the time. But let's just say they've been doing really great and they got kicked out, close to that year. Well, our program has a flexibility of continuing to support them as long as we're able to. We teach them the idea of SMART goals and how to plan those. That's engraved in every single one of our visits. I'll go into the next slide. I'll talk about strength-based activities that we do. And of course, we're going to be creating that supportive network of information and community involvement. Just like a lot of the community partners that are here today, we talk to our young adults about those services. And most of the time we have at least one representative of our program in the collaboratives here in Kern County, and we share that information with each other. So I know my supervisor is usually attending this collaborative, so she'll share information from y'all just like we will when we go to other collaboratives. It's really important to also provide external supportive material, and what that means is if an individual is interested in breastfeeding, right, not only we will refer to lactation consultants, but also we will provide external material for that that we have looked at. So that's what that means by external support. And we do not have a fancy United Us referral system, which I would love to, but it's a little complicated. We can't do it. Not by choice, but yeah, but we still provide referrals to our young adults, whether that's through Kern Public Health and referring them to Family Partnership or within Clinica or WIC or any of those community partners we have talked about. Go ahead and go to the next page. Alrighty, so because we are a curriculum-based case management service, I did want to talk a little bit about that. Our program is designed to be in 4 phases. And like I mentioned, that's about a duration of a year. We do have 2 different booklets where we're fostering certain skills in every activity that we have with the youth. The first part of our program, we use this My Life and Me activities, where we're discussing things about strengths, emotions, relationships, dreams, and values. Then we transition into our second booklet called My Life Plan, and it goes into more detailed life planning goals. We also have this amazing goal sheet that is a great starting point for young adults to think about what's important for them. A lot of these young adults have not thought about their future. They haven't, they might have some goals, but they didn't really think about how to accomplish them, or there might be something they're really interested in, but it's not on their mind because there's other things going on. So our program is really designed to have this continuous support of this goal sheet using SMART goal mentality to help that youth accomplish those goals more effectively. And so it's a really great starting point to think about goals. So our program priorities, we have 4 program priorities, not in order, but I'll just say what they are. They're family planning, education and work, access to healthcare, and healthy relationships. So all of our activities fall within that category, which is really great. Especially because of, like, my favorite would be like healthy relationships. A lot of the times the young adults are just thinking about like a romantic relationship, but we're referring to the relationship you have with a friend, right? A family member, a cousin. And it's really important to understand what kind of relationship you have with those individuals and understand if they can be a support for you, or maybe they aren't very supportive, and it's someone that it's unhealthy for you to have a relationship. Uh-oh. So you could go ahead and go to the next slide. Thank you. Okay, great. So like I said, I would go into a little bit of details more about our PYD model activities. So we like to start off by fostering and realizing strengths that the youth has already. Mental health is really important. So we do have an emotions activity that starts the conversation of mental health. Along with that, we'll use external resources through the maternal and child outreach program, department for postpartum disorder, postpartum, and just overall mental health support throughout, excuse me, throughout their pregnancy and after they deliver. So we also have activities, like I mentioned, about healthy relationships. They're very interactive, all these activities, and it's great to visualize certain things. It's really helpful for youth to also, for an example, co-parent. Maybe some of you haven't thought about like 16-year-olds co-parenting, but that does happen. There's a lot of times that they're not together and they still need a co-parent, and they need to learn, those values of co-parenting, as well as values overall. So we do have an activity talking about specific values. We like to think about using like MI training, dreams, hopes, things that they want to do in the future. Okay, well, why can't you go become a nurse? Oh, why is it that you can't go back to school? And just kind of help them out with those hopes and dreams. Along with that, we, of course, want to talk about self-care and caring for baby. And we use a lot of external materials with that. A lot of our activities are conversation starters. And the last 2 is about family planning and safer sex and education and work. The activities for family planning, safer sex have a lot of like, how would you feel if you are pregnant right now, if they already have a baby, or what is your goal? Like, how many children would you like to have? Education, if they're not in school, what is kind of preventing them from going to school? And of course, with work, it's having them just explore based on their strengths, what they might like to do for work. Okay, and we'll go ahead and go to the next one. Great. So here in Kern County, this is the outline for the Kern County High School District. I thought it was a good way to explain the areas we serve, minus Shafter. If they fall within that school limit, in general, we are serving them. So that includes Metro Bakersfield, Oildale, Lamont, Arvin, Delano. If you're not sure if we serve that area or not, just feel free, and I'll talk about in a moment how to refer to us. That way we will let you know if we can serve that youth or not. We can go ahead and go to the next one. All right, so you know about a young adult that is either expecting a pregnancy, and that could be either the biological parent or father, or they already have a child. How would you do that? Well, here in Kern County, we do have a referral document. You would have to fax it to us. The fax number is on there. Essentially, what we need is just the youth's name, their phone number, and an address would be great. But as long as we have a couple of those items, we can reach out to them. It does ask a couple of questions just so we're aware. One of the most important one is just to know if the family's aware of the pregnancy. That way, if we do show up at their home, we're going to be, discreet and talking to the youth. Excuse me. They don't need to be notified in order for us to do outreach to them. So it is helpful if it says yes or no. If it's yes, then we can say like, oh, so-and-so referred you to this program. Not sure, if they mentioned it to you. And a lot of times they're like, oh yeah, I think, they said something about it. But if it says no, then we'll say, the reason why they were referred. It is helpful sometimes to know when they're due or if they have a child. If those aren't essential things, we'll find out. And if they're Spanish speaking or that is important because we do assign our the case manager, depending if they're Spanish speaking or not. If there are particular things that you see the youth might need support with, there are a couple of boxes down there that you can mark, but those are not essential. So the way that you would refer to us again is through faxing. Each county is different. So you would have to, figure out from that county how they take their referrals. Okay, and we'll go with the next one. Great. So here with Clinica Sierra Vista, this is our department, Adults and Family Services Department, and where we're located. This is our fax number or telephone number. If you do not have a referral, you can always call our department and we can email you one. Our program supervisor is Monica Romero. She's here present. And this is her email. If you do have any specific questions, you can email her. And I did provide to Jasmine our referral form and our brochure. If you're interested, if you have further questions or you would like to see some success stories, you can go to the California Department of Public Health Adolescent Family Life Program website. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you so much, Jolene. And if you wouldn't mind staying on a little bit longer as we do updates and all that. And if there's a question that arises, then you'll be here. And I know Stephanie's still on with us from Unite Us. Thank you so much, Stephanie. And well, both of you, thank you so much. This information is, can potentially help our participants, our patients, our clients. So if later you have questions, please reach out to Monica, Jolene, the program, by phone or fax. Hopefully we do get connected with, we do partner up with Unite Us and we'll be able to send referrals. But I know you mentioned you're not on Unite Us. So if you're not, then we can definitely connect through the referral form or calling, right? Mm-hmm. Perfect. And so we're gonna go ahead and go to roundtable and share some updates. I do want to quickly update everybody on just some few events that are happening related to lactation. And this is our website. I do try my best to post, as often as I can and, information that's important. And so for this, our latest post is on why donate your milk. And this is with the California Breastfeeding Coalition and both of the milk banks, UC San Diego Milk Bank and Mother's Milk Bank. So I don't know if you guys saw a post from Mother's Milk Bank, but they're in dire need of human milk. There's been, because some of you may already know this, there's a new Medi-Cal coverage for human milk. It doesn't apply to everybody, so not everybody's going to be eligible, and it is prescribed. It needs to be prescribed by a healthcare provider. But if you know somebody that has already donated and is still able to donate their milk, then please refer them to Mother's Milk or UC Milk Bank if that's where they donated, to continue to do that or encourage others to apply. I know that the application process is very, tedious, but it's very, it's very important because there's things that under the Habana, is it Habana? That regulates them, they need to follow those, those regulations. So another thing is, sorry, I kind of pulled it up while you were speaking. I just didn't want to take forever looking for it. But the Tulare and Keene's Breastfeeding Lunch and Learn is a free webinar. It's going to be on February 14th from 11:30 to 1 p.m. Via Zoom. If you would like to register, you can scan that QR code, and I'll zoom in a little bit. And the topic of this month is Pregnancy and Infant Loss, What Comes After by Elizabeth Cray, an IBCLC with the WIC Lactation Coordinator, I believe for Kings County. And a special speaker, Carrie Escobar, which is going to be sharing her personal journey. And so feel free to scan it if you can right now. If not, I will send this in the follow-up email. And are there, one more thing. I do want to mention, some of you already know about this, but the Kern County, the 10th annual Kern County Prenatal Symposium is coming up. February is really short, and March is right around the corner. It's going to be on Friday, March 17th at the Bakersfield Country Club. And the early bird fee already passed, but it's $90 if your organization is able to pay that. Their topics are maternal mental health, the state of human trafficking, medication use during pregnancy and breastfeeding, teamwork and enthusiasm in the workplace, and more. So I will include that in the email as well. And I'll leave it up to everybody to share what they are, any updates or events.
This is Janet. The symposium really is usually a really great event. Usually I get to go to it. I won't get to go to it this year because I'll be in Scotland at that point. But so not this year, but if you are considering something to go to, that's a really good thing to go to. It's a great day. And while I'm talking, I might as well update at Kern Medical, and I don't have the breastfeeding rates for January. I'll get those finished tomorrow, but we're usually running somewhere around the 68 to 70% exclusive. We're managing to kind of stay in that lane. And that's really the only update for me at the moment.
Thank you, Janet. That's amazing. 68 to 70%. I think nationwide, it's a pretty much up there, right? Around the same. We don't have the statistics for this year, but last year. Thank you for sharing. Any other hospitals want to share their exclusively breastfeeding rates, or any other organizations on here? I know CalFresh, there's a lot of new programs that may know of some events happening that we can let our participants or clients know about.
Hey, Jasmine, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, awesome. I'm Yesenia Fernandez with Community Action Partnership of Kern CalFresh Healthy Living Program. Our program offers free nutrition education to adults 18 to 59. And we are looking for more partners to be able to provide these services. We also have our farmers market match program, and this is at the F Street Farmers Market. If you know anyone who receives CalFresh benefits, EBT benefits, they are able to go to the F Street Farmers Market, use their benefits there, and they're able to be matched up to $10 to purchase fresh produce. So they're just a couple of updates for us. And I can send over some flyers or pamphlets on the farmers market information as well.
Yes, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much for sharing.
Okay.
And for joining. I love the fact that a lot of the you've either heard through a collaborative meeting or I've emailed you guys and you guys are coming to our coalition meeting. So that's amazing.
Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. Is there anybody else that would like to share something? Oh, Banya, I just saw a community wellness with Current Family Systems. Have you heard word of that, or do you know? Could you elaborate on that if you do? And then Catalina, you can go after if that's okay.
Yes, Jasmine, and I'm sorry, I didn't get the first part. You mentioned you heard a health wellness.
Yes, I believe it's a community wellness event. It was they were looking for vendors. So I don't believe that there's a flyer out yet, but they're looking for vendors for that event. And this is in April, I want to say.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I have that information with me, but I can definitely share that. What we are looking into currently, though, is doula services. So we have had some members ask about doula services now that those will be covered also through Medi-Cal. We're working through the specifics on contracting with doulas throughout Kern County. So that's something that is in the works that will be available for our members. So it has been approved. We're just in the works of that too. So once we have more information, we'll be able to share that. Again, we do have members that are interested. So we definitely want to be able to provide them with more information and then of course share that as well with others. And then, but I can get back to you that with that information, Jasmine, for the health wellness event.
Yes, please. And we would love maybe in the future, as you know more about the new coverage for doula services, if you could maybe possibly present on that.
Yes, for sure. Definitely. Thank you.
Anybody else want to share some events, some updates, or even a story? They had a success story, a win with lactating family or.
So yes, my name is Catalina Lemus. I'm from the Employment Development Department. No, you're fine. The Employment Development Department. So what I do is I am an outreach worker. I go out there and serve the community of Delano and all of the little cities around Delano. So I provide EDD supportive services to farm workers, specifically farm workers. So again, EDD supportive services like unemployment, disability, and paid family leave. And I'm glad to join this collaborative only because, again, you guys can use, my resource to connect to anybody that needs assistance with paid family leave. I come across a lot of younger people, a lot of also farm workers who do not know about paid family leave or disability. And yeah, I help them, fill out those applications, inform them, and then again, I have the direct line. I know that the public line is very complicated and it's really hard to connect to a representative. So I have access to those resources. I might be presenting next month. I've already, spoke to Jasmine and hopefully, I can give more information on that. And right now, the big thing that I will send everybody is right now it's so we got information through the Department of Agriculture. The USDA funded 15 organizations here throughout the state of California of the 600 COVID relief to farm workers. So I'll go ahead and forward you that information. So, if you do come across a farm worker or somebody, that works in ag, again, it's meat packers, grocery workers, I believe, and farm workers that can, get that COVID assistance. And they have to go through those organizations. And I will go ahead and forward that information to Jasmine to distribute.
Thank you so much, Catalina. And I apologize. I completely.
Oh, no, you're fine. You know, you're good.
But yes, Catalina is, we actually connected the other day at the Delano Collaborative meeting, and I heard all the amazing things she's doing. She actually goes out to the fields, if I'm not mistaken, and you help those
Yes.
apply for EDD or get more information on that, on disability, how to apply and that application.
Mhm.
So then she is going to be possibly our presenter for next month. We'll be discussing specifically, paid family leave. A lot of our, families, especially those that work in agriculture, are very vulnerable to, they may not know that they qualify, even though they're undocumented. So, just connecting them to those resources, and also maybe in the future we can do something along the lines with, if there's a need, for lactation accommodation for those lactating families that also work in the agriculture field, But thank you so much, Catalina.
Yeah, no problem.
Anybody else want to share something or want to possibly present or have an idea of a presenter and I can connect with them?
Hi, Jasmine. This is Ashley, the public health nurse with the perinatal outreach program. I just wanted to share from the from the maternal child health programs here at Public Health that we have another public health nurse who's being trained in as a lactation education specialist, and another health educator that is going through the training currently. So we will have 3 nurses and I believe 5, if I've got my numbers right, 5 health educators. And then we have another nurse and another health educator that I believe will be going through a fall class. So we've got a full team pretty soon that will be kind of just continuing to add to the mix. So we're pretty excited about that.
Hi, Ashley. Thank you so much for letting us know that update. That's exciting. And that would be for all your programs. I know you guys have like 3 programs.
Yeah, so the Nurse Family Partnership, they have their own they're a little bit separate from us, but they are also a maternal child program. And so their nurses are also certified. So this is for Black infant health and perinatal outreach program that we're talking about specifically. But yes, so all 3 programs have their nurses, and then our programs also have nurses and our health educators going through the certification. And so I can speak for Black infant health and for the POP program specifically, that we have seen a significant increase and our moms just demonstrating interest and then overcoming barriers with their breastfeeding, and then just being able to express questions, concerns, looking for resources. And so we felt we've been able to track our outcomes a lot better. And we've seen over the last year just an improvement in our breastfeeding rates and numbers. So it's been very exciting. And so we're happy to continue to be able to provide that education to our staff and impact the community in such a wonderful way.
Wow, thank you so much, Ashley, for sharing that. That's amazing. I know that during National Breastfeeding Month in August of 2022, you guys came out with us and we had tables set up and we were giving out free items. So it was really nice to see that, your participants were coming out and just participants from the baby that came to see a lactation consultant from Baby Cafe even got, free goodies, and they were really excited to even receive a nursing drape or a nursing,
Yeah, the nursing covers, that was fun.
covers. Yeah. So hopefully next year or this year, sorry, in August, we'll be able to do something similar. So keep an eye out on that. Any other updates, Miss Leslie? I know you always have wonderful updates with Baby Cafe.
I don't think a lot has changed since last month. We're still pretty busy. See usually 6 moms, 6 babies on Tuesdays, and we've been busy with individual calls also. So kind of the same stuff, lots of work and lots of people that need lots of help. So it's great to hear that, Ashley, that your program is getting more educators and the more people that can be out there talking the talk is better. That's good.
And I do have a follow-up question for maybe, I went to the California Breastfeeding Summit and one of the talks was, or one of the topics were, bilingual lactation consultants. Miss Ashley, do you happen to know if you have any bilingual lactation consultants, or maybe that's in the works?
So one of my lactation consultants that's completed, or I shouldn't say she's mine. So one of the lactation consultants is certified. She's got her translation certificate. And then the other one is currently going through is also certified bilingual and Spanish. So we have 2 currently. I believe in the fall, if the class is offered in the fall, that would make 3. So yes, so we'll have 3, 2 currently. Hopefully the goal is to have 3 by the end of this calendar year.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
great.
That's awesome. to
Very
hear.
thankful for that.
And do we have any more? I know we were running, we have 2 more minutes, but anybody else want to share something?
I actually have a question for Leslie. She's on here. It's a 2-part question. So one is personal and the other one is work related. So has there been any talk about possibly having a second location for Baby Cafe support, like in the Southeast area? I particularly serve the Lamont Arvin community, and it's really challenging for a lot of my moms. I know we have virtual support. It's not the same as in person. And unfortunately, a lot of the bus schedules still, it's a little difficult with children, to travel in that aspect. So that's question 1, if there has been any talk. And then second question is personal, because I am expecting any services in the Southwest region. You guys are all the way at Beale. I've texted you guys before, and they were like, oh, we just have virtual support, for folks that can't come over. But so, yeah.
Well, we would love to have more sites. That would be amazing. Our concern is that everybody is volunteer, so nobody gets paid, and so a lot of people work that are in the our CVLA, the Lactation Association, and they work Monday through Friday, or they work, shift work at the hospitals or whatever, and so we don't have enough staff. And I will say, to jump to your second question, the virtual meeting on Wednesday is a great one to come to while you're pregnant, because there's usually 2 or 3 of us on there, and sometimes we have other moms and sometimes we don't. And so you can really get 3 opinions of what you need to be sort of thinking about and doing and getting yourself ready. And I actually was ready to start doing home visits through Baby Cafe, and then my mom fell and broke her leg, and we've had 10 weeks of just Lemony Snicket's, a series of unfortunate events, and so we don't have people that have a lot of opportunity to do home visits at this point either. So it's really staffing. We would and we've talked actually about starting another in person at the Southwest Library. Of course, we don't have any money either. Okay, which is why everybody's volunteer. And so it's definitely our passion to help, and none of us are making any money. It gets, it's rewards, of course, I'm not saying that, but financially there's not a ton of rewards. And so I agree with you that virtual isn't as close to wonderful as in person is, but I will tell you also that virtual can be very helpful. And I've, helped lots of people virtually. And sometimes people tend to want virtual because they don't have to get up and put the baby in the car, and maybe it's raining or it's cold or it's hot or whatever. And so it isn't, I don't like it as much as in person, but it's sure better than nothing. And I do a lot of virtual visits at 8 o'clock at night, because that's when somebody else is there to help hold the phone so I can see what's happening. And that you're probably not going to get 8 o'clock at night in person anywhere soon. But anyone who's interested in helping and joining, we would love to have more IBCLCs also. That would be great. But as I said, our IBCLCs that are in our association and on the CVLA board are needing to eat. And so they're working. And so that's why Mary and I both retired. And so that's why we're there. And we had a awesome woman who was coming and doing the organization for us. Well, she had so much fun and liked it so much, she decided she wants to become an IBCLC, and she's working and just got accepted yesterday as a preceptor with a preceptor for becoming a midwife. And so she says, well, you know, the good news is I got a preceptor, and the bad news is I'm not going to be there anymore, Baby Cafe. And I went, oh, yay. I mean, yay, but oh. And so it'll be back to just Mary and I, and it's a challenge. So anybody out there, I was going to say to Ashley too, if her people want to help out or get more hours or anything, please come. You know, we could use any help that we could get. But I should send you the link, Jolene, for the Wednesday meetings, because it's really great to be able to talk to somebody, and all the little hints that we have about what you should be doing now to get ready. So I probably have your email, or maybe Jasmine, I can send you the Baby Cafe link and you can send it to Jolene.
Definitely. I can, I'll send
Thank you.
follow-up meeting. Thank you, Jolene, for that question, and congratulations.
Yeah, that is exciting too. But yeah, anyone who'd like to come help, man, we're open arms.
And yeah, and I do want to also share, I know a lot of our members jumped off, but real quickly, the Nesting Co, they're located here in Bakersfield, but they are open to going in person and having virtual visits as well. And they do work with the Lactation Network, which assists families in getting covered. So even if you have a family that doesn't, necessarily have insurance or doesn't qualify, their insurance doesn't, cover lactation consults, because they partner up with the Lactation Network, it guarantees every person 6 90-minute lactation consultants with a registered IBCLC at no cost, no out-of-pocket cost, if the insurance is not approved. So I will send that link as well, in case you do have those mothers or those families that, they may or may not qualify, but that's another, option.
And they do have the Lactation Nation also, and then Maven, and they're all electronic, but still that, it is another resource. So.
No, but thank you, Leslie. It's amazing the work that you do. And I know you have your hands full and you still make time to make it to these meetings. So we are very appreciative of your time.
We're all working. It takes a village.
Exactly. So if there isn't any more announcements, we'll go ahead and conclude here, and I'll send that email out. And if anybody send me the events flyers and all that.